In the heart of is where the party was stands tall. There's a place that's filled with history where warm hearts call. From Big Sam to the Bearcats, pride runs deep and strong. In Huntsville, Texas, we sing our song. With love and hospitality, we open up our doors. In this beautiful town, blessings we explore. Sting 'em hornets, beat 'em up cats. Sound Houston State, where dreams are at. Good morning, Huntsville, we find our way. Guided by God's love every single day. From parks and recreation, where children laugh and play, to the historical treasures that take our breath away. In the piney woods, we find peace and rest. Huntsville, Texas, truly blessed. With love and hospitality, we open up our doors. In this beautiful town, blessings we explore. Sting 'em hornets, eat 'em up cats. Sound Houston State, where dreams are at. Good morning, Huntsville, we find our way. Guided by God's love every single day. Yeah. In every sunrise, in every prayer, God's grace surrounds us everywhere. Through the highs and the lows, we stand as one. In Huntsville, Texas, His will be done. Sting 'em hornets, eat 'em up cats. Sound Houston State, where dreams are at. Good morning, Huntsville, we find our way. Guided by God's love every single day. And to the Bearcats, our spirit shines so bright. In Huntsville, Texas, we live by faith, we walk in light. With love and hospitality, we greet the world anew. In this blessed town, our dreams come true. In every sunrise, in every prayer, Huntsville, Texas, truly blessed.
Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us.
What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Hello, I'm Billy Cauthen with Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
All right, well, here we go, friends, live and on the road this morning. And don't worry, I'm not driving, but I'm literally sitting in my truck. And man, we're excited to be here as we get started here on a fabulous Friday. We want to welcome you in. Let us know that you're out there this morning, and hope everything sounds good. And I hope the data's all right, because I'm kind of in a weird part of town over here in Georgetown where my wife's parents live, and sometimes the data connection here isn't good. But hey, we're still going to continue the show as normal, and I'll talk more about what I'm up to here in a little bit. But man, it's been a hot minute since I've had on good buddy here, and here he comes in 3, 2, 1. Bring him in. Showtime. It's none other than the Billy Cauthen. What's up, buddy?
I want to know how you got those. Excuse me. I want to know how you got those windows fogged
up. Let's just say humidity, Billy. The humidity here in East Texas or in Central Texas is just as bad as East Texas sometimes. And I've got the AC blaring right now. It's probably about 60 in this truck, man. So, hey, I want to ask you a question. This is kind of a new little mobile setup that I'm doing. Is it echoing back whenever you talk?
Yes.
All right, let me try to fix that real quick. I kind of had a feeling that was going to be happening. All right, check this out, Billy. I can fix this right here.
Something.
Shouldn't be any more echoing.
I didn't hear anything.
There you go, buddy. There you go. We got it fixed, man. So, well, hey, it's been a minute, man. I know obviously things that I couldn't control here recently, and you know, we've been just on the trying to get back into the swing of things. But it's been a couple of weeks, and I had sent you a text, and I was like, man, you ain't gonna be too happy, but we've got to go back to. But then I said, wait a minute, we're going to have a show, man. We're going to do it remotely. So what have you been up to, Billy? I miss you, man. It's not the same, by the way. This is cool to be able to do this, but it's just not the same.
I know you don't get to make fun of what coffee cup I have today.
Yeah, I was going to ask which one is it today, man? I'm putting you on full screen. What do you got, man?
Thomas Kincaid. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Was that a family purchase, or was it a Billy Cauthen purchase?
I don't think Billy Cauthen has ever personally purchased a coffee mug. They just magically appear.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't think I wouldn't take you as the coffee cup purchaser type guy, Billy.
No, I kind of feel like an old pioneer, man. Like I turn my provisions order into my wife, and then things just magically appear.
Well, let me ask you, man, what have you been up to? It's been a couple of weeks, and I sure do miss you. I appreciate you reaching out to me, during our time of losing my father, tremendous friend. But I just want to get started this morning by asking, what have you been up to, man?
Just work, man. We've been busy and serving people and helping people. So yeah, I've been pretty busy with that.
Well, like I said, I appreciate you reaching out. When we found out a couple of weeks ago about my dad, I mean, you were one of the first people that had reached out to me and said, if you need anything. And I know that morning or that day when I got up here to Georgetown and I had to, I wanted to go by before the family, and I called you first, man, because, I thank you for your friendship and you're compassionate, your care, and you kind of know how to help people navigate through these. And that meant a lot to me, Billy, because you said, hey, man, go in there, see him, sit down and talk to him. And I did, man. And it was a lot easier than I thought, Billy. I called you. I think I kind of got tore up on the phone a little bit. And, but when I got over there, it was actually a lot easier. And I appreciate your advice, man, because it helped out so much.
Yeah, I have personally walked that walk. So yeah, I know.
Well, hey, man, where are you at this morning? Are you in the Billy Cauthen office? You're not in the community room. Are you in the?
Yeah, I'm in my office.
Okay, I was going to call it you're in your nook over there.
Yeah, the bullpen, whatever you want to call it.
And can we please have a guest appearance this morning? Is there any lady that's going to walk by behind us today, or is that going to happen
Yeah,
soon?
I tell you what, I just about got everyone timed out at this point in my career. Give Carrie another 9 minutes, and Belinda will probably be somewhere around the 11-minute mark.
All right. Well, I'm going to depend on them to make an appearance on this. Is
And then
we don't.
Jay Money will come rolling in at 7:65.
What's the what's the likelihood of getting Jay Money on the show? That probably will never happen, will it?
Whew, that was maybe it'll be tough.
I got something funny to tell you. Can you hear this buzzing noise right now? Do you hear a buzz? I don't know if that's coming through or not.
Normally I have sounds that are in my head anyhow, so it must be like,
Well, years ago, my grandmother taught me a trick that I learned really isn't a trick. And let me show you this. Hold on. I hope I don't lose the connection here. My battery should be good in this laptop. So I have a power inverter on in my truck. And do you see this plug right here, Billy?
Yeah, I see you broke off the grounding plug.
Yes. My grandmother told me years ago, oh, well, you don't need that. So, anytime that I have a plug that doesn't have the ground on it, I break this thing off. Well, here's the problem in a truck whenever you're using computer equipment. When I plug this thing in, it creates it creates a loop, and I can and it with the ground, and so it buzzes. So when I plug this thing into my truck, my headset and my microphone buzz. But here's the trick. My laptop is made of it's a metal case. As long as I have my hand on the metal of the laptop, the buzzing stops.
Yeah, buddy. You know just how to snap the television to make it work, right?
Yeah, man. So for future, see there's the buzzing if folks can hear it. And I saw it come through the microphone. If I put my hand back, now the buzzing has stopped. So and here's the deal. I have the laptop, Billy, but the webcam. Let me show you this real quick. This is
what
the
you're saying is you're playing Twister with electronic equipment.
Yeah, 100%, man. Now watch this. I'm going to go to a different webcam and watch the quality of how horrible this is. You ready for this?
Ready.
I mean, look at this. This is not good quality, Billy. It already kind of feels like a fifth rate production this morning because of me having to be on the road. But watch this. I go back to that's a lot better, right? Looks a lot better.
Yeah.
So I have a I wish I could show you the setup in here. I can't use my phone as a remote camera, but I literally have a webcam attached to my like a USB webcam attached to my rearview mirror right now. That's why I'm kind of looking down because I'm looking at you. There's the camera on the rearview mirror, but then I got to look down at you, man.
Oh, man. What does your father-in-law think of all this?
He's still asleep, man. Bridget got up. We get up pretty early. Here's the deal. We didn't roll in. I'll tell the story here in a minute, but we didn't roll into Georgetown until almost midnight last night. And we had to come back. I've got one more thing that I've got to help Mom with. And then Bridget's brother is graduating from medical school down in San Antonio. And then I think they call it fellowship. Once you graduate, then you go to a fellowship, and he's already went through his residency, I guess it is. So now it's a fellowship, and you have like three choices of where you want to go. Well, of course, he gets his third choice, which was West Virginia. So we're not going to be seeing Jacob for a while once they move, and so that's why we already had this plan months ago to come down to San Antonio. And but it kind of worked out conveniently because my mom needs help with one more thing. So I said, let's cruise to Georgetown first. We're going to hit up San Antonio. I'm actually going to take a quick detour today and go all the way down to Pearsall, which is an hour south of San Antonio, to go see my uncle because he wasn't able to make it to my father's funeral, and he's 90, and I want him to meet his great niece and nephew. So I'm going to take the kids down there. So it's a whirlwind of a weekend. I'll put it that way. But yeah, Bridget said, why don't you just set this up in Dad's office? I said, no, man, you never know. I don't say it on a show from some house, even though your father-in-law it just, I don't know, man. I don't want anybody to like bust in, you know?
Yeah, you're doing your show and your father-in-law walks by in his underwear.
Hey, and that may happen, man. You never know. So,
That's why I don't do
well,
it at my house.
well, hey, we're continuing on. Let us know that you're out there this morning, Huntsville, as we get started here on this fabulous Friday. A few comments are already coming in, and do us a huge favor. Please do this because it helps us promote the good in our community. Hit that like and share button as we continue to promote all the good things happening throughout Huntsville. We are here. Big shout out to Paul Oley. You know what to say, Billy?
We love you, Paul.
Paul, we love, and I haven't seen his comments come in early in the morning like they were. It's usually about halfway through the show now. So, Paul, full disclaimer, we love you.
He's on a summer vacation schedule.
So, Paul, man, appreciate Paul Oley of the gallery. Normally, we're in our studio over there, brought to you by Elliott's Jewelers, online at elliott'sjewelers.com. Big shout out to Elliott Herzlich as well. And, of course, here on this fabulous Friday with our great friends from Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, Billy Cauthen, Greg Smith, and the entire staff over there. Platform continuing to gain exposure as we slowly inch forward and continue to grow. And I know the past couple of weeks, it's just been a little bit, I don't want to say it in a negative way. It's just been a little bit more stagnant with everything going on. But don't worry, next week we're back in the saddle full force. We also had VBS at church this week, Billy. Have you ever been a part of a VBS?
Yes, plenty.
Now, I know you've been part of a lot of things if you take away the letter V in that phrase that I said, right?
Yeah.
So, but no, we've been busy too at first with VBS, and that's went phenomenally well. And I'm so thankful. I've got a team there, a media team at church that's helping out with all of that. And so those young people have done a phenomenal job. Yesterday, Billy, that's one reason I was leaving late. Like I've been staying up late doing these videos because we do a recap every day. Well, the media team that I've been blessed to put together, and with the help of our staff and Alan Barnes, our worship leader, man, you know how many video clips I had to sort through last night before I left town and got this video done? Just take a wild guess.
200.
281 video clips yesterday. So we had a lot of content to go through, man. But it's cool to see, to see all the interaction, to see the kids, to see them all excited. And VBS is such a special time, especially parents. If you're looking for a place to unload your kids all summer, just schedule a VBS every single week.
There's parents that do that. They ride that VBS circuit.
it's like you're up at your kid and going to VBSs.
Yeah, especially the ones that feed them a meal.
Oh, well, the thing is, and here's the thing, if you've been praying for your child to become a believer and you go to 13 VBS, can you do 13 VBS? Is there how many? No, there's not that many weeks in the summer, is there?
But some churches do them in the morning, and then some churches do them in the evening, and
there may be 13 weeks in a summer, right? Because you got 3 months off, four weeks out of the month. Yeah, I would say there's 13 weeks at least.
I mean, for those of y'all that get to take off, I guess you can count the weeks, but
So if you could find a VBS you got 13 chances for your child to accept the Lord, So there you go. Just get them in every single week, and I think you'll be golden. Here's the only problem with the VBS, Billy. It ends, if you're a parent, here's the problem. It ends at noon usually. So you got to, and it starts after you start work. So like first we provided transportation, which was probably a huge help. But as a parent, I'd want that VBS to be from like 7 to 7. That way I can just dump the children and just say, see you later. No, I don't think the volunteers and the church staff would enjoy that too much, to be honest.
No, not after that first day. That's for sure.
Oh, man. Well, let's take our first break here in a moment. Billy, I've got 13 inanimate objects that people yell at when we come back. And we're going to talk about this. Start thinking, Billy. I know the gears are turning in your head, but start thinking about objects that you yell at that don't really matter. And what am I talking about? I don't know, if the gas pump isn't working right. Do you ever slap the gas pump and say, "Come on, you junk, work"? So start thinking about things that sometimes you yell at that obviously they can't respond to you. And I want our audience to do the same. Think about objects that you get mad at that make no sense. A door, perfect example. You run into a door. Do you turn around and slap the door and say, come on, get out of the way? Well, the door's not going to talk back to you. I've got 13 of them, Billy, when we come back. Let's take our first break this morning. Our show, as always, here on this fabulous Friday, brought to you by Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. They are your hometown experts in celebrating life. Please visit them online. Billy and I are going to talk about some things after a funeral service, too, on the end of the show. And I've reached out and asked Billy for some help, some things that we're dealing with my father. And so I'll talk about that, too, at the end of the show today. But again, please support Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home whenever it comes that time of need for you or your loved one. Pre-planning is so important. My dad had some pre-planning things in place, so it helped things be a little bit more simpler for his funeral service. But think about that this morning as you want to take care of your family, and think of our great friends at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Hey, I'm going to continue the keyword, and we're going to give away $20 again today. And all you got to do is text in the keyword ROSE. That keyword on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line will shut down this morning around 8:15. So you've got some time to get that in. Keyword is ROSE as we wrap up this week. It's National Rose Week, by the way, Billy. Sorry I couldn't be there to bring you. I was going to order you some roses, Sweet Caroline's Floral Shop, buddy. I didn't get a chance to.
Hey, they deliver, man.
So we'll wrap up the keyword ROSE along with your name on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line. That number is 936-339-0139. Again, 936-339-0139. Fabulous Friday is brought to you by Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. They are your hometown experts in celebrating life. I've got to listen at your national news. Quick word from our sponsors. Billy and I will come back. 13 objects that you yell at that you probably shouldn't be yelling at. We'll be back in a moment. It's your show this morning. It's Good Morning Huntsville.
USA News, I'm John Schaefer. Americans' outlook on personal finances and the economy has turned negative. The University of Michigan reporting that consumer sentiment has dropped by 3.5 points in June compared to May, with long-term inflation concerns increasing. The survey also highlighted modestly rising worries about high prices and weakening incomes. Consumer spending, a critical driver of economic activity, continues to be closely monitored by the Federal Reserve and economists. The Supreme Court has overturned a federal ban on bump stocks. Friday, the court ruled that this firearm accessory, which enables semi-automatic rifles to fire more rapidly, cannot be classified under a 1934 law prohibiting machine guns. The decision, divided along ideological lines, was 6-3, striking down a regulation from the Trump administration. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has expressed concern over the presence of Russian warships just 90 miles away in Cuba.
They are not going to be deterred by weakness. They're not going to be deterred by confusion. They're not going to be deterred by a president wandering around aimlessly at the G7.
DeSantis said that Russia's military activities in Cuba are alarming, and he blames the Biden administration's perceived stance of weakness for the situation. Ukraine is rejecting Russia's demands to end the ongoing war between the two countries. Friday, Russian President Vladimir Putin said that Russia would cease hostilities if Ukraine met specific conditions, including abandoning its ambitions to join NATO and withdrawing troops from 4 Ukrainian provinces claimed by Moscow. The proposal from Russia came just a day after the U.S. and Ukraine agreed to a new 10-year security agreement. And following the guilty verdict in his hush money trial in New York, former President Trump's campaign funds have seen a significant increase. Reports indicate that the weeks following the trial, Trump raised more than $141 million. This is USA News.
The inventor and CEO of MyPillow is always looking for ways to solve everyday problems. Have you ever picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store, but then when you go to use it, it's not very absorbent? It's basically a towel that's leaving you out to dry. That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. I know, it's mind-blowing. Towels that actually dry you. The 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. They come in a variety of colors, and right now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $39.98 with promo code USA. Go to MyPillow.com right now and click on the radio listener special. MyPillow products come with a 10-year warranty and they have a 60-day money-back guarantee. To receive this amazing offer on the 6-piece set of MyPillow towels, just go to MyPillow.com. Click on the radio listener special and enter promo code USA or call 800-951-8175. That's MyPillow.com. Promo code USA.
Hi, I'm Billy Cauthen.
manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
In the night I feel so low. Darkest days they come and go, but your love it always shows. Jesus, you're my heart's glow. When the world is caving in, lost in shadows feel.
All right, Huntsville, back at it here. Time now 7:54 in the a.m., and that is an exclusive song by Spirit Radio FM called Shining Through, now available on all music platforms. We're going to try to release a couple of songs each month. We also have another one called Bridge of Love, and I got that one for Billy there, the old Bridge of Love, coming your way a little bit later on this morning as well. So check those out on Amazon Music, Spotify, all of your major music streaming sources. We're so thankful for the opportunity to be able to release each of those songs now. Like I said, we're going to try to get at least 1 or 2 a month, but we are back at it. Time now is 7:55 in the a.m., and if you got to be at work at 8 o'clock, Billy, you still got time to be there.
Yeah, but you better get after it.
Not getting fired today, so it's good news, man. Well, Billy, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home here with, it's just not the same, Billy. You know, I'm going to say it again. It's just not the same, buddy. I want to see you in person, man.
Come on, I got an empty chair over here.
Has anyone came in yet? Is there any? Are you just?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you when we were going to break. At 9 minutes after I told you, Carrie walked in the door, so I'm pretty spot on right now.
Did she slip behind you?
No, she walked down this hallway, so I could hear her talking on her phone, but she did not pop in here to check on me. So
I was hoping you'd you'd yell through the door, "Hey, get in here! Come on,
get in here!" Yeah, because you know me. Yeah, I make that number 14 of the things we yell at.
That's I don't know if it's polite to say that's an inanimate object.
No, Carrie would beat me about the head and shoulders, man.
Oh man. Well, hey, before we get to these things, what does inanimate even mean? Let me. My vocabulary. My dad was so good; he was so articulate, and he knew words that I had no idea what they meant. I always had to go to the dictionary to figure out what he was talking about. Oh yeah, see that, man, that's not cool. I would never call anyone inanimate. You know what it means?
It's something of none worth or something, isn't it?
Lacking the qualities or features of living beings. So if you told someone they were inanimate, probably not a good thing to do, Billy.
It's about the meanest thing you could say to a person.
Just think about that. Hey man, you're pretty inanimate.
I'm going to start screaming that at people next time I'm driving through Houston.
All right. Well, I've got a few of them. Billy, have you had time to think about this? Objects that obviously aren't alive that you get mad at, that you talk to, and
Yes,
you're
yes, I
upset.
have. Yes, I have. I've actually
What are
put a little
some?
thought into this.
What What are some that you have?
My computer, my car, television.
Okay, those are all three, and I can guarantee you that one of those is on the list. Speaking of computer, and I'll get to more of these here in a minute. There was a video. Do you remember a website back in the day, Billy, that was called eBombs World?
No, I don't remember that one.
So eBombs World was pretty popular before like before YouTube took off. And it was there was tons of videos that people would upload to eBombs World. Well, this one made the waves on eBomb. And I'm talking like late 90s, man. This was before YouTube was a thing. This video, and I hope I don't get flagged for copyright. I'm putting it into context of this show. Have you ever felt like this, Billy? Have you ever felt like this guy right here? And I'm not going to play the audio because I think, well, you know what? I don't think he swears on this. So let's just get the audio.
Okay. Okay.
Billy, has that ever been you?
Yes, I have had a fit of rage with an HP printer one time. And when we got done picking up the pieces of that printer, it still did not work.
All right. Well, there's your. Have you ever seen that video? That was one of the most popular videos back in the late 90s on the internet.
I've seen that one, and I've seen the one where the guy carries his computer to the copier to try to copy the screen and then throws it.
All right. There's another really famous movie that was very popular, and this may be on your list, Billy, of movies, and you may already know where I'm going with this. This is a very popular movie among, I don't know, it's kind of one of those 90 type deals again. Are you familiar with what I've got playing right here, Billy? Are you familiar with this?
That's Office Space, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the audio is not coming through. I muted it. Because this one is pretty, it's not family friendly. All right. Have you ever had that moment right there, Billy?
Yep. Been there, done that.
All right. Well, there's your other one for today. So there's two of them were on that list, by the way. You had mentioned computers. That's on the list. We're talking about 13 items this morning, or objects that you get mad at. You know what one of the top ones was? Top ones was golf balls. I'm not a golfer. I'm horrible at golf. You and I have been talking for years about getting on the golf course, and we haven't done it yet, Billy. But I'm horrible.
I can't get mad at the golf ball because after I hit it, I can't find it.
well, golf ball's one of them. All right. Here's some more, Billy. You mentioned computers. Computers, top one of the other top ones. Jennifer Augustinetti hit the nail on the head with this one. She's chiming in. Good morning to you, Jennifer. Another object people get mad at that probably doesn't matter. iPhones. Did you notice that though, real quick? Do you have an iPhone or an Android, Billy?
Team iPhone.
Yeah. Did you know? See, people don't get mad at their Android phones, but they get but iPhones specifically.
They're too busy replacing them.
iPhone specifically was listed on this. All right. Another one. Automated customer service lines.
Yes.
I get absolutely livid when I go into a store. And here's the deal. You go in to check out groceries, right? And then that little light comes on and it says like assistance needed. So what's the point of even having the automated line if someone still has to be there to help every time I go through one of those, Billy, every single time something happens to where somebody needs to come help me.
To the point, if somebody would have just been scanning it, you know what I'm saying? They've already been there.
And I don't go through it on purpose. I intentionally avoid those lines. But if you go in, per se, Walmart late at night, that's the only lines that are open now. And that's where it always hits me. So
there's a message in itself right there.
Here's a good one. I thought this was inanimate objects, all right? This is why we need to be in person. It's just, we're getting by today, Billy, let's be honest. But you would have seen this on the screen and you would have started laughing. Who do we have? Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, we got a new co-host alongside Billy. So now that you've made your appearance here on the show, you're going to have to be in studio with us next Friday now. See, that's the way it works.
Okay, you got a deal.
See you. Have a good day. Billy, it was classic though. The time was that. Who was that again? That was Belinda. Yeah, that's right. Was it Belinda the one day that we did this and she just nonchalantly just walked behind you?
It started telling me something.
All right. These objects were supposed to not be alive, but do you know what made the list of 13 inanimate objects that you yell at? And I just gave you a hint. They're not supposed to be alive. They're not supposed to be.
Is it pets?
Husbands have made this list.
Same thing. I mean, same level.
It says, I don't think a husband qualifies as inanimate, but many of listeners who this particular list was thrown out this was actually comes from a radio station in Louisiana, by the way, is where this data came from. And they said, I can see why some wives would think about the man in their lives. There are times when we don't respond to verbal commands and you need to put a mirror under our nose to see if we are breathing. All right. Another one here. Cars. I don't really yell at my truck too. Do you? I mean, I don't yell at my truck.
Back when I was in high school and it was everything I could do to keep my trucks running. Yes.
I haven't yelled. I guess my old F-150 I did. Another one that people yell at, the radio. People get upset. I now sometimes I don't listen to the radio like I used to be honest. I usually am streaming internet stations or I'm listening to streaming music. But, especially when I'm driving through Austin and I'll flip it on, and that doesn't happen often anymore, Billy, but I'll turn on the radio and I'll be like, okay, we're on a morning show right here, right? And people know that when they listen to this show, they're listening because for whatever earthly reason, they want to hear what we have to say. So they expect us to be on here and to talk for an hour. Now, when I turn it on a music station and I want to listen to music, the last thing that I want to hear in the morning is someone yakking for 5 to 10 minutes at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with stations in Austin, man, they get on there and they ramble on, and I'm talking music stations. They ramble on and on and on, and I have yelled at the radio, and I said, can you please just zip up your mouth and get back to the music? So radio stations just another object that's made this list, your mirror. Now I don't yell at the mirror. I don't look at the mirror and say, man, you're putting out bad vibes when I look in the mirror. I don't say that, Billy. Now what I do say is, man, I need to lay off the burgers. But your mirror is one of those. The television set, we've already talked about that. Best memory I have growing up with the TV. My dad just despised this particular news anchor that was on a local TV. And I'll never forget, we had something on the coffee table, and it wasn't anything that was like you throw it and it's going to break the TV. It was something soft. It was like a soft coaster. And my dad just got so frustrated, he picked up that coaster and he threw it. And he's like, and he goes, would you just hush up? I'm tired of listening at you. The That's made the list of 13 inanimate objects you yell at. The sky. And I think what people meant, I think maybe what this list meant to say is people get frustrated and they want to blame things on God. And I think that's what maybe they meant. Because people, oh, look who just cruising behind us. Did you see that? It was like a half of a second.
Come on, Jay Money.
Good morning. That was the fastest.
That was it. That's all you're getting. No autographs, no interviews.
All right, the sky, and I think that's what it is. I think people just look up and they get and it's not the way to be. The stars, I don't yell at the stars. That's kind of corny. All right, Billy, here's your other object that's on here. Not only is it a printer, it is an HP printer, my friend.
I beat the snot out of one.
The HP printer has made the list. The final one on this list, this is a good one. Because at first I said, that's ridiculous. Christmas lights. Do you know where this is going?
Yeah, I can almost.
The reason Christmas lights have made this list, how many times have you driven by a house that the Christmas lights are up before Halloween or Thanksgiving, and they're still up in February? I have been guilty of saying, you've got to be kidding me. Why are these Christmas lights still up?
I drove past the first house that me and Jacqueline lived in when we got married yesterday, and they had icicle lights hanging all the way around the house. And I'm just thinking, people, it's 102 damn degrees outside. Why do you have icicle lights?
Were they still turned on?
No, it was during the day. I mean, they could have been on. I couldn't have,
Well, I think sometimes, we one year put up lights and I decided, you know what, I'm just going to leave them up so I don't have to do it next year. Well, halfway through the summer, because of all the heat and the UV of the sun, I learned those lights aren't made to stay out in the sun like that all the time. And so when just one day, the wire on its own just broke in half and they were hanging off the front of the house. So Christmas lights has made the list. There's your 13 inanimate objects that people yell at. Kay Boning, by the way,
that comment that just came in?
Yes.
Miss Kay.
Kay Boning, Tomorrow's Promise, our great friend over there, she's saying my Christmas tree. But Kay, let me ask you, are the decorations of the tree, are they still on it, or is just the tree there by itself?
I'm thinking at this point, it's too late to put it up. You know what I'm saying?
You just leave it out.
It'd be better just to leave it out. You made it this far.
Leave it up, Kay. There was a lady that I knew here in Georgetown that she had she decorated her whole house, Billy, for Christmas. Just went all, wait, hold on. What's going on here? Who do we have?
We had somebody that went through the struggles of literally army crawling on the ground to miss the camera.
Was this Jay Money?
Yep.
We need to have a camera.
Go back, don't you?
Hey, we need to have a camera looking down so when that happens next time, man.
Hey, look, we got enough cameras here as it is, okay?
No, there was a lady here in Georgetown that she would start decorating her house for Christmas in March. And the reason that she did this is because she decorated every single room, and she would invite people from the community to walk through her house. And it was kind of like one of those Make-A-Wish things, where people decorate really extra. Man, she just darted through there, dude.
I hope she didn't crack the glass in that door.
So for those of you that are listening on the audio only feed this morning on Spirit Radio FM, why Billy and I are laughing and getting sidetracked is because we're obviously remote this morning. And one of the employees there at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral, we call her Jay Money. She does not want to be seen in the background, and she's literally flying behind Billy every time she goes. And then Billy, you just said she bear crawled her way. I saw the door open. I said, man, is there a ghost over there this morning? Because that thing opened by itself and nobody came through.
Yeah, no, she army crawled on the ground to miss the camera.
No, but this lady, she starts decorating. Go back to that story briefly. She starts decorating in March. And she would invite people in, and then she would ask people to donate money, and then she would give it to Make-A-Wish Foundation. But man, it was the most beautifulest decorations I've ever seen. Literally every corner of her house, Billy, was decorated with something related to Christmas. Even the couch. You could sit on the couches, but they were decorated like they had Christmas blankets on them, Christmas pillows. The end tables, the coffee tables were loaded. I think that woman probably had 3,000 Christmas trees in her house, is what she told me, like the little ones.
Yeah.
Kay said that her tree is a lighted 2-foot tree without decorations. We're waiting for all the children to gather together. Kay, we're going on about 6, almost 7 months. Get them on the phone and tell them to come gather. And full disclosure, Kay said that it's a Rick thing, Billy. It's not a Kay thing. It's a Rick thing. So
that makes more sense right there, doesn't it?
Yeah, there you go. Well, hey, we're continuing on here. We've still got about 15 minutes. We'll head over to our 0 Degree Creations phone and text line here in just a little bit. Billy, let's take one more break, and when we come back, I want to talk to you on a very serious note of a few things. You had reached out and gave me some knowledge about things that I didn't know about. And I'm going to tell you, I called you yesterday and told you that you and I are going to get together over lunch next week and talk about this, about stuff after the funeral. What do you got to do after a funeral service? And so I'm going to talk to you about that here in a little bit. We'll take a break. Before we do,
Kyle just bumped us pretty good there.
Yeah, he did. He said, just to point it out, if they're not listening, if they're listening on the audio only, it's not obvious that you're remote. Well, I guess Kyle, you're right.
I wish other people in my life listened to what I told them as much as Kyle does.
Kyle pays attention to you, Billy.
Yeah, out of money.
All right, well, let's take one final break. Want to remind you our shows here on this fabulous Friday brought to you by Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, your hometown experts in celebrating life. Also, that keyword continues on. Let me flip over to the full screen. I did this earlier, Billy. It's a little bit confusing. Our keyword this week is Rose. So text in that keyword Rose along with your name. We'll wrap it up today. $20 going into somebody's bank account. All you got to do is text in the keyword Rose along with your name on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line at 936-339-0139. Again, that number 936-339-0139. As I just mentioned, our shows on these Fridays brought to you by Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Looking forward to being back in studio next week with Billy. But Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, they are your hometown experts in celebrating life. We got one final break. We'll come back. We'll talk about some serious things and also get over to that 0 Degree Creations phone and text line. This is Good Morning Huntsville here on a fabulous Friday brought to you by Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Stay with us, friends.
Hi, I'm Billy Cauthen, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at GuardianDefenseLLC.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Here we grow again. Tomorrow's Promise is excited to announce our third location to better serve the families of Walker County and surrounding areas. At Tomorrow's Promise, we are more than just childcare. We pride ourselves on partnering with parents and creating a place where every child is respected, loved, and nurtured in the highest quality environment. See what makes us the perfect fit for your child and their needs. Schedule a tour and learn more about Montessori.
Tomorrow's Promise Academy on Veterans Memorial now open.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp here for Elliott's Jewelers. I wanted to take a brief moment to let you know if you're looking for someone in the jewelry business right here in Huntsville, look no further than my good friend Elliott Herslick. He's helped me out time and time again, whether it was that wedding band that I needed a while back or that special ring for Bridget. He's always been there for me. He goes above and beyond. He's also a person who gives back to the local community. I like to give back, and that's exactly what Elliott Herslick of Elliott's Jewelers does. Hey, if you feel like you don't know what to do, maybe you don't know where to turn, what to look for, Elliott is the person. Again, it's Elliott's Jewelers. You can visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com for more information. And when you call him, let him know that you heard from his good friend Rob Hipp. Again, it's Rob here for Elliott's Jewelers. Visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com.
Spirit of Huntsville, SpiritRadio.fm. They're building bridges strong, not barriers so tall. Loving like Jesus did, answering the call. Hands reaching out to hold, hearts open wide we share. Breaking the walls we built, showing that we care. Love like Jesus, love so bright, shine His light through the night, building bridges to unite. Love like Jesus, love so right. We're one.
All right, friends, back at it here. Time now is 8:19 on this fabulous Friday. Thanks for being with us here on this episode. By the way, I think 294, if I'm not mistaken, Billy, 294 as we continue to rock and roll here on Good Morning Huntsville. Crazy to think it's been that long, and I guess most importantly, it's crazy to think that after 294 episodes, you know, we still got a faithful and growing audience coming our way, man. It's because you're here on Friday is what it is, Billy.
I figured that he gave up long ago. Yeah.
It's been fun though through this journey. We're going to continue on and keep promoting the good happening in our community. By the way, check out our events calendar. Our friends at the Huntsville Public Library have added quite a few events on that calendar. And again, next week, I know things slowed down here over the last 2 weeks with a lot going on in our family. But we'll be back in full swing and full force next week. So look for all those updated articles. We've got a lot of information to get updated on the website and also loading it up with more community events. Some events that are coming up right around the corner. We've been talking a lot about Lasso Your Imagination from Tomorrow's Promise. That is coming up in September. So make sure you check out the website at unleashyourimaginationorg. Kay, Rick, and I talked about that on Wednesday. And then the Walker County Area Go Texan Committee, they are having their annual steak fry coming up. That's going to be in August, and Karen and I will talk more about that on Monday. I believe that's coming up here pretty quick. You know, I say August, but that is going to be pretty fast coming up. We shared something a little bit earlier this morning on the Hello Huntsville Facebook page about that. So a lot of great things happening in our community. I've just kind of been out of the loop on a lot with being gone and traveling, but you know, we're continuing to roll. Hey, I have a funny comment here that came in, Billy, this morning. You're gonna like this one. This is from our friend. This is from Jack Durish. You know, he's the commander at the local VFW post here in Huntsville. And well, it sounds weird. They're in Huntsville because I'm not here in Huntsville. It's there in Huntsville. Jack said, Earlier when I said, people are, what did I say? I said, this is people are listening because they know that we're talking. Like, this isn't a music show. Remember when I was talking about that radio stuff earlier? Well, Jack said, no, I'm not listening to you because I want to hear what you're saying. I'm listening to you to drown out the voices in my head.
I mean, to each their own, Jack, whatever you're into.
Let's get to some of those comments before we talk about a few serious things this morning. Quentin Glaze, our number one engager. Good morning to you, Quentin. Thanks for joining us. Jennifer Augustinetti. Always love hearing from Jennifer. She said, good morning, a fabulous Friday. Have a blessed weekend. Jamie Saucier, Billy was coming on late this morning. He said, I'm late, but good morning over there at Saucier Woodworks. Phyllis Dillard, she is our Family Life Center coordinator over at First. She's joining us now. I put a little shortcut on her phone to get to us, and so Phyllis is there with us. Good morning to you. Also, Tammy over at Tomorrow's Promise saying, good morning, gentlemen. Just saying safe travels as we're on the road. The grandmother of Huntsville, Carolyn Gibson, she came by and won a prize here recently on the show. She's watching this morning. Also, we've talked to Kay already. Kay was sending in some comments. Kyle Kreiner and Stephanie Pitt sending in a message just a few moments ago saying good morning and happy Friday. Stephanie, if you're still on this morning, I want to ask you, are you guys back yet or are you still gone? I know y'all been in Virginia and been enjoying the pictures that we're seeing on social media, you and Brian on y'all's little getaway vacation, but it's good to see you. Let us know, are you still vacationing out there? Billy, what's the ideal vacation for you? Do you ever get a chance to kind of get away? And if you do, what's really the ideal Cauthen family vacation?
To answer your question is no and no. Our vacation is we'll gather all the kids and we'll meet in the prep room back there and clean something.
Well, okay, so let me take it from this angle. What would an ideal vacation? What would be your
we absolutely love a good cruise. And the reason behind that is I am so attached to my job, which I love. I love taking care of the people. I'm in the business of helping people, and I love doing that. But what we've learned is when we get on the cruise ship and we get just a little bit out there in the water, my phone doesn't work. If my phone doesn't work, I'm not distracted. I can actually focus on just relaxing. And no matter what happens, they're not going to turn that boat around. So
yeah,
I actually get to relax.
So when's the last time, did y'all take like a family cruise? Was it a family type cruise?
Oh, the last time we went on a cruise was, Jacqueline might have to chime in on this. It was 9 years ago, I guess.
All right. The reason I ask this is because you guys are due for one. And Bridget and I absolutely love going on cruises as well. And I think the next vacation that Bridget and I need to take needs to be with, and I'm serious about this, Billy, hold me to it. The next vacation needs to be a hip Cauthen family gathering on a cruise ship. I would love that. Man, that would be so awesome, Billy.
We'd get kicked off.
Hey, and literally, I shouldn't do this. The internet, and I don't know why. But an edition of a 30-minute show on the cruise.
James graduates high school this year, and we wanted to do a family cruise for him, but it's probably been 2 weeks ago now. We were looking at the prices, and they're just astronomical right now.
And you have to pay those out. Before you could schedule it 3 months prior and get a good deal, and now it seems like you've got to really schedule them a year or two out to lock in a good price.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Look, Kyle, we need to have the Hello Huntsville cruise is what we need to do. Because Kyle Kreiner has now said Rachel and I are trying to plan one. So we need to just get Huntsville. It's going to be the Huntsville cruise. I don't know I don't know how that would go over though, man. Just put out an open invitation to everybody in Huntsville. You want to go on a cruise?
Get on the boat.
Well, Billy, I want to briefly, before we get over to our 0 Degree Creations phone and text line, I wanted to talk about something very serious and something that meant a lot to me. I'd mentioned when we came on the show here earlier and got started about an hour ago that during our time of losing my father, you'd reached out to me and said, if you need anything, let me know. And I thought about that, and I thought about your friendship. And my mom, I told her, I said, look, when it comes time to do the headstone and all that kind of stuff, I said, the local funeral home in Georgetown, they've been great to our family. There's a lady over there named Tina that's became like family to us over the years, and so we know her. But I told my mom, I said, look, let's don't lock into anything. Let me check around and let me start by checking with Billy. And so the other day she got the call saying, hey, whenever you're ready. And so, but she said, no, we're just going to wait a minute. And you and I are going to meet next week, Billy, but maybe highlight some of that because, it's a very important thing is to get a headstone, to get a marker, to honor your loved one. And, you don't have to go through one source for that. You can have your funeral service in another town. And if you wanted a headstone, you could go through somebody like you guys, Billy, which is what we're hoping to do. But give us some more info on that and kind of how that process may work.
It's as simple as coming in. We have catalogs to look through. Or if you're at the family cemetery and you're like, oh man, I want my whatever to match grandpa and grandma's headstone. Take a picture of their headstone, send it to us. We'll take the person who's needing the headstone's information and get you a sketch of what that stone will look like. And when I say a sketch, these aren't like blueprint drawings. It'll actually look just like the actual marker. You'll go through that. We'll design that marker. And once it's absolutely perfect and you love it, and that's the way you want it, you'll sign off on it and we'll get it ordered and professionally installed in whatever cemetery in the great state of Texas and a little reach on the outside. And with our markers, if they ever become tilted, anything like that, we have lifetime leveling at no additional charge.
How does that work for, say, someone like us? Because, we're here in Georgetown. Our family plots out of here in Georgetown. Mm-hmm. You guys are in Huntsville. Do you order it through y'all? It's shipped to you guys or it's done there? How does that process work?
You order it through us, and our monument company produces it and then delivers it directly to the cemetery.
Really? Wow. Yep. That's cool because I know
they have a big flatbed truck with a crane on it, and they'll set that sucker. And all of our markers, all of our uprights, they actually have like a pre-formed concrete foundation that's in the ground that you never see, and then the granite's on top of it. So once our marker's there, it's going to look good. The rest, it's there forever.
Do they come out and like pre-dig the hole and put all that, or how does that work?
They do it in one fell swoop.
Wow. We should have had that down at my dad's side of their family where their family cemetery plot is, where my dad's buried, where all my mom's family is. And that's where my mom and dad said they were going to be buried together. But man, I was thinking about years ago, and actually as I was going through photos and I found a lot of my dad. I literally sorted through 9,000 photos, and thank goodness for Google Photos, because all I had to do was scan my dad's face and then it started grouping them together. But we found, and I remember this specifically, I took the picture when I went with my dad to go set the headstone for his mother and dad. And they did not have a company do this, and it was my dad and his two brothers, and I was with them. And let me just say, it was a process. If we would have had social media back then, and I had some video of it, it probably would have went viral trying to get that thing set with all four of us.
I have a video on my phone. The guy came up a couple months ago and did a really big marker for us, and it was one guy and the truck, and he was probably done in about an hour and 15 minutes from start to finish.
Wow. Well, there you go. Give them a call. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home can take care of it all. They're helping us, even though we had services in Georgetown. And looking forward to getting with you and seeing you back in person, Billy, man. It's still okay to do this, but this ain't a everyday thing. If I had to do this every day, there wouldn't be a show. I'll be honest with you. Like, you've got to have that in-person interaction with people. It's cool to be able to do this if we have to, like today, but yeah, I wouldn't do this every day, man. It just wouldn't fly for me. I got to see you, man. We bounce off of each other.
We can get up to more shenanigans when we're in person.
Yeah, and we can holler at people when they drive by. The studio there downtown. So, well, Billy, real quick, let's head over to our 0 Degree Creations phone and text line this morning. We do have a winner. The randomizer has selected, and you know what? Let's see if I can get this going. Here we go. Can you hear that ring?
Mm-hmm. The ringing in my head or the ringing on the screen?
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello. Who is this? Hello.
Hello.
I recognize that laugh.
What's up?
This Jamie Saucier, my friend. How you doing, brother? Good to hear from you this morning.
Doing good. How are y'all?
Good. Are you on the road right now? I hear it sounds like some driving static.
Yes, sir. I'm on the road right now, heading to the doctor's office.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, Jamie Saucier, our winner today, $20. You have Cash App because I think, don't you? I've paid you Cash App before at the farmer's market, I believe.
Yes, sir. I have it.
Yes. Because I was going to say, if I had to drive all the way to Huntsville from Georgetown today to bring you $20, man, I'm going to be way upside down, Jamie.
No, I have Cash App. I'll send it to you.
Awesome. Well, text that to us on that same 0 Degree Creations line, and we got $20 coming your way a little later today, Jamie. Billy's got a question for you. He's on, and he's got a question for you.
What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for God, family.
Wait, Jamie, say that one more time. Your phone cut out, and I think you bumped a button, so it sounded like you were beeping something out.
I'm thankful for God, family, and Huntsville.
All right, there you go. Perfect. God, family, and Huntsville. Yeah, you said God, and then it beeped out the other, and I was like, man.
Oh, no.
All right, brother.
No.
Well, hey, Jamie, congratulations. We appreciate you always joining us. And and Billy has a sign that says Home Sweet Huntsville. Is that from Jamie, Billy?
No, well, I mean I don't know who it's from. I bought it at a gift shop down on the square.
Jamie, you need to make some of those Home Sweet Huntsville signs. I bet you probably have made some.
I can make some, yes.
Perfect. Well, there it is.
Well, I mean, whoever made it, I mean, I guess that's their mark.
Yeah. B. Do you know any woodworkers with the marking of B, just the letter B, Jamie?
No, sir, I don't.
All right, man. Well, hey, be careful out there. We love you, buddy. Good to hear from you today.
Okay, thanks a lot.
All right, there he is. Jamie saw. Yeah, just all yours had was just a B on it, and that was it, man. All right. Well, hey, that'll wrap it up today. I did want to remind you, Billy, do y'all have a family dog?
We have two.
Where are they at? Because today's Bring Your Dog to Work Day today. I don't know if that would fly in a funeral home.
Believe it or not, there's some funeral homes that have specially trained, like grief counseling dogs.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
They're very amazing. The ones that go through and get certified, these dogs are hands down freaking amazing and extremely good at what they do.
Yeah, you can't just bring the regular family dog up there, though. I don't think that would fly too well.
We have Australian Shepherds, so this room would be just full of dog hair by the end of the day. They are definitely outside animals.
Well, it is National Bring Your Dog to Work Day. It's also National Onion Ring Day today as we close out the show. Billy, are you an onion ring type guy?
A good onion ring, not a crappy onion ring, but a good onion ring, yes.
Sonic used to make really good onion rings, and I haven't been over there in a long time, and I have no idea if they're of the same quality that they used to be.
It's hit or miss. It's really hit or miss with their onion rings.
A couple of other ones, Billy, today. Your favorite day. It's National Kissing Day today. National Kissing Day.
I'll be here all day.
So go by and give Billy a kiss. It's National Kissing Day. Also, National Day of the Gong. And, I don't have a gong to ring here on the show this morning. So those are just a few of your national day ofs. Hey, I wanted to give a quick update, too, before we get going. The Alberto down in the coast, it came ashore. It had been downgraded now and continues to move out of our area. Thank goodness, because early indications were showing that thing possibly coming up the East Texas coast, but it turned the other way. And so skies looking good through the weekend. We're going to have highs in the mid 90s, and then a little bit of rain returns to the forecast early next week, only a 20% on Monday and Tuesday and throughout the rest of the week. So rain will return next week, but just light chances each day. And my goodness, we have been blessed. We've had our fair share of rain this year. And I'm just hoping now, because honestly, Billy, our ground at home literally is still drying out from all the rain.
Yeah, I was in Elkins the other day looking at a door job, and I had to drive through some high water, and I was thinking, this is crazy that it's still there.
Yeah, it's still been that, and so we'll continue to pray for all of our friends and neighbors. Billy, any closing remarks before we go, man? I appreciate you being on and hanging out with us remotely, and again, looking forward to seeing you back in person, man.
Yeah, quit screaming at your phones.
And don't beat up your HP printer. If you do,
it's not going to fix it. I swear to God, it's not going to fix it.
If you do, please take a video of it and send it to us. That's all that we ask.
Oh, I whooped the snot out of that.
Well, before we wrap up, one final comment here from the Horn family saying good morning and have an amazing weekend. Billy, maybe next week we can get back to the Billy Cauthen restaurant report. I've thoroughly missed that, man. It's been a few weeks.
Yeah, Fridays around lunchtime are tough.
Well, we'll try to get back to that, hopefully here coming up next week or so. Well, that'll wrap it up here on this edition of Good Morning Huntsville. I appreciate all of you, and thanks for hanging out with us. Thank you to Billy and Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home and our friends over there, Greg Smith, the entire staff. Friends, when you hear me talk about these businesses, please do business with them. We're working hard to help promote the good that they are doing in our community, and we want to make sure that they are being taken care of as they take care of all of us. Again, it's Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We'll be back at it on Monday. I hope all of you have a wonderful and blessed weekend. And as I end every show with this message, but please listen to it, that we truly aren't strong enough alone to make it on our own. We really do need each other. Please provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. We'll be back at it. Make sure, again, to check out all the music now on Spirit Radio FM exclusively on all of your major music streaming services. That'll wrap it up. For Billy Cauthen, I'm Rob Pipp. So long, everyone. Have a wonderful and blessed weekend. Billy, appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. See y'all.